Today I want to show you how simple websites like this are getting thousands of visitors from Google every single day and making tons of money in the process. What these sites are doing is called Google to Purchase, and it allows you to profit off of millions of searches done on Google every single day just by posting simple articles like this to your website. And trust me, you would be amazed at how much money you can actually earn from doing this. Like David here, who has over $10,000 per month from his travel blog site. Or like Bianca right here, who also is making thousands per month with her food blog, Bites by Bianca. And let's get things straight. David and Bianca are no different than you. And they started these websites with nothing more than a laptop and an internet connection, all from the comfort of their own home. So even if you're a total beginner with no writing or web design experience whatsoever, I'm gonna give you the exact tools and steps that you need, plus some extra tips that no one else is talking about to absolutely dominate this side hustle and create a new stream of income for yourself by the end of this video. Now you might be asking, how are those sites actually making money? Well, the basic idea is this. Google has over 8.5 billion searches every single day. It's still the #1 place that people go to find answers. When people are thinking about making a purchase, they generally hop on Google and they look for reviews or comparisons that talk about the products or services that they're interested in. These sites that show up on Google searches provide answers for these readers through blog posts or simple news-like articles comparing and reviewing different products to help the reader make a purchase decision. Now here's how you get paid from this. These articles that talk about these products will generally include affiliate links so that the reader can easily click on them and they can jump directly to the product to make a purchase. For every purchase that's made from those people by clicking on your links in your articles, you get paid a commission for that sale. So here's a quick example. Let's say you're into pre-built or custom gaming PCs. You can see the search term gaming PC has 450,000 monthly searches. Let's say that you had a website that popped up on Google for this search term, and you were able to get a small chunk of those 450,000 people to come to your website. Even 2% of that would be like 9,000 people seeing your article every single month. Now imagine if only 5% of those people decided to make a purchase on one of your gaming PCs that you're mentioning in your content. If you made even just $30 of commission on average, that would mean that you would clear $13,500 every single month from that one search term. Now, what if you also ranked for gaming shoes, which also has 450,000 monthly searches? Now, we've been using Google to Purchase for years on our own website here at Creative Pro website. And you can see on my screen right here just how much we've earned over the years from doing this. And the crazy part is, this strategy that we've been using is something that no one else seems to be talking about. So let's jump right into step #1, which is finding your niche and search terms to dominate this field. If you want to make money from Google, you have to find some killer search terms to dominate first, because this will help us to know exactly what kind of content or articles that you can write about and what products we want to include in those articles. Now, of course, we're going to let AI help us out here, and I've got some really great prompts to spark some inspiration and to find some winning search terms quickly. So let's go ahead and head over to ChatGPT and start using this prompt right here. You are an affiliate marketing expert with focus for Google search traffic. We need to create a website that will create articles like comparison or top X lists around specific products or software within a specific niche. Make a list with a range of profitable niche ideas along with the target audiences for this website. Focus niches on specific sub-niches, not general niches. Highly profitable niches, high-ranking search terms, niches that use high-end softwares, services, or products. Lower competition. So from this list here, what we want to do is find an option that interests you the most. We want to focus on something that you have knowledge on and you also enjoy personally. Once you've picked your favorite topic from the list, enter this new prompt here. Now we need search terms to rank for on Google. Give me the highest ranked search terms along with extended search terms and brand specific search terms for each of the following. And then just make sure you paste your niche at the end. So this list of keywords are all of the potential search terms plus some extra search terms that can give you ideas for content to make as well. Now here's another really cool tool that lets us see exactly how many monthly searches each of these terms are getting. It's actually the tool that I used to get the numbers for the previous searches that I was showing you guys just a second ago. Find your top 3 keywords to start with. The last thing you want to do in this step is use ChatGPT to come up with some ideas for names for your website. So let's type in this prompt right here. Please give me 20 ideas for a name for this blog website based around the following niche. And then of course, paste your niche right here. Here's a bunch of cool ideas that you can get inspiration from when thinking of a name for your blog. Now, feel free to use some of these or just come up with your own, whatever you guys want to do. Once you've chosen your niche, your website name, and your top 3 performing search terms, we can move on to the next step, which is finding a highly profitable product to include in your content. So when it comes to the best products to mention in your content, this is where things are going to vary based on your niche, which is kind of obvious. But there are some products out there that offer way more commission than the basic products most people are talking about on YouTube. And that's what I want to show you guys right now. So what you want to do is think of any and all products that have to do with your niche, and then look at those search terms that you had from step number 1 as well. But not just any products. You want to focus on the most profitable products that can earn you the biggest commissions, which is something that most people don't talk about. Let me make this easy for you. For the highest commission payouts, there are basically 2 categories of products that you want to focus on: subscription-based software and high-end physical products. Let's talk about subscription-based software. These softwares will either pay you a monthly commission or a pretty high one-time payout, which can really stack your earnings quickly when you're doing Google to purchase. Here's an example right here. Software like AI tools, marketing softwares, web design tools, design assets, music licensing subscriptions, you name it, there are hundreds of options out there for you to choose from depending on your chosen niche, of course. Now, since these softwares are digital products, the commission payouts can be way higher than physical products, so don't sleep on these types of products to mention in your content. The second option is to find expensive or high-end products like the gaming PC example that I used at the beginning of the video. Anything like SSD drives or graphics cards for the gaming example, to appliances, travel services, or any other expensive products that people love to buy work great because you often get 2 to 10% commission on these physical products. So the higher these products cost, the more you can earn from them. It's also great for you because it's usually the expensive products like these that people are searching Google to compare before making such a hefty purchase. So if your content is a thing that offers the right info to them so that they can pull the trigger and buy, then you're going to start making a lot of money. So where do you find these types of products or softwares to sell? Well, since this is a niche that you're likely interested in, you probably already have the answer for yourself. The first place that I would start is by looking directly at your favorite brands. Most likely your favorite brands or online shops already have an affiliate program ready. Just head to their website and scroll all the way down to the bottom of the site and look for anything that says affiliates. You'd be surprised how many companies out there nowadays offer an affiliate program. Another great place to find software to offer in your content is an online marketplace like Impact or PartnerStack. You can join these marketplaces and search through hundreds of software affiliate offers to be able to mention in your content. And this is the best source of affiliate offers that can get you some pretty nice payouts. For example, you can see here that Shopify pays you $150 for every person you get to sign up using your link. That's a great one-time payment. Or, for example, Envato Elements, a website that offers a bunch of handy assets for designers to use, which pays 30% commission monthly for every person who signs up using your link. That adds up very quickly. Now, for a third option, as far as physical products is concerned, you can find affiliate programs for all of the biggest shopping websites. Amazon, Walmart, Target, or even Temu have affiliate programs now that you can earn commissions for mentioning any of the products on these sites. This is the way that most people go when finding affiliate offers to mention in their content, but you have to remember that you want to focus on high-end products or products that sell for a high price to increase your earnings per sale. So once you guys create an account and you sign into it under Impact, you'll see that I'm logged into our channel account right here for Create a Pro website, and you'll see the total pending and the balance that we have, and that's just for this month right here. And so you'll notice that we have some brands to work with instantly and a whole bunch of other stuff under your dashboard. You don't really have to worry about any of this stuff right now because your account is going to be empty. So the first thing that you can do is go over here to the right-hand side and you'll see the Create and Share Link option right here. And if you click on the drop down, you're going to have all of the partners that you are currently partnered with. And so let me show you guys how to partner with someone before you can create a link, because you have to partner with a company before you can create a link. So the way that you do that is you go up here to brands and you'll go over here to find brands. And this is usually where you're going to go for everything up here on the top bar. You've got your reports, so you can see your overview if you want. And so your overview is going to show you how much you're making in a given month, or you can actually determine how many months you want to view at the same time. You'll see all the brands that you are connected with over here. You can go over here to content and look at assets as well. And so sometimes we use this. These are like built-in premium assets that you can use. They're just images that you can copy and paste directly onto your website as ads or something like that, which is pretty cool. But anyways, if you're looking to find brands, you would go over to the brands tab and click on find brands. And then this is where you'll see all brands. So you've got things like big companies like Chegg right here, Insta Club Hub. You can also go over to the featured tab and see the featured brands that they have if you're not really sure what you're looking for. And you can always see right here, online sale is 10%. You can see like the percentages that they're offering you for your payouts and stuff like that. And then over here on the left-hand side, you can search for different brands based on relationship, payout model, categories, and things like that. So if you go to payout model, you can see that they have different options here. And then you can also go to the categories tab. And this is usually where you're going to go. So you can look for different categories based on what products you want to recommend. So if we're in like the digital software for video editing, you might want to come over here and see if we're going for maybe art for like photography. So this might be what you're looking for. And then you can also look for video. Let's see if we have something down at the bottom for video. And I didn't look beforehand, but you would just come in here and try and see if you can find what you're looking for. So obviously, if I'm a videographer, maybe I'm doing like a course on videography, so I could recommend Skillshare or something like that. You guys get the idea. You would just look through here and you would find someone that you want to work with. So let's pretend that Skillshare is someone that I want to work with. If this is something that I want to partner with, I can click on here. And this is where I can create a link. So this is actually a program that we are already signed up for. So actually, let's pick something that we're not signed up for, just out of, let's try Pictorum right here. So you click on Pictorum and you'll notice that instead of it saying create a link, it's going to ask you to apply. And that's because I'm already partnered with Skillshare. And so basically I've already gone through the application process. And then once I get approved, I can start creating links for it. So there's a perfect example of when you're signed up for one and when you're not. And so under Pictorum.com, this is for art and photography. You'll see where the company's based, and it looks like they're for furniture and home decor as well as a category. So they're in both of these two categories. You can go and look at their socials right here if you want to kind of get a feel for what they do. And then you can also apply to the company. And so when you click on apply, you can basically give a brief explanation as to why you want to work with them and how you're going to do it. So like how you plan on campaigning for this company. And so you'd want to give a pretty good explanation of what you are, like if you're a YouTube channel or if you work on like TikTok or social media. And then you want to say like how you plan on promoting their brand and how many followers you have. You definitely want to make sure you tell them how many followers you have or what your email list looks like or something like that, just so that you can kind of give them that social proof. And then you would want to click apply, just like this. And then once you apply, you're going to wait until you get approved. And once you're finally approved, you'll be able to click on them like this, and you can say create link right here. And then also from your home tab, if I go back to the home tab, you'll also notice that whenever you click on the drop down, you'll see Skillshare is one of the partnered companies that I have that I can go ahead and create and share my link. So once you partner with a bunch of brands, you can just come to your homepage or your overview, your dashboard, and you can just click on your drop down right here, and then you can create a link, and then you would just copy and paste your link. And then anytime someone uses your link, that's when you're going to get paid. So pretty helpful. All right, so now you know how this whole thing works and how to start choosing your niche in products. Now I'm going to show you how to get your website up and running so that you can actually have a place to post your content. In order to make a website, you have to have two things: a domain name and web hosting. You can't actually have or own your professional website that's live on the internet without these two things. And free domain names that have .wix or .squarespace at the end can come across as tacky or kind of untrustworthy when selling or promoting anything on your website. So I'm going to show you how to sign up for both using Hostinger, because they're the only one hosting company that I trust with all of my websites that I build. So I'll leave a link down in the description, and you can also just go to createaprowebsite.com/Hostinger. Just like this, and you'll be taken to a co-branded landing page that we have with them. And so if you scroll on down, you'll see we have 3 different plans available. I always recommend the business plan because of all of the features that you're getting included for the affordable price that you pay. You can also go with the premium plan if you're looking to save a little bit of money. It looks like borderline $1 per month is being saved here. A little bit less it looks like, but you guys can see your pricing here. You also might want to take advantage at the recording time of this video. It's April 3rd right now. You'll notice that we have a 3 months free offer going on. So you guys might want to kind of try and take advantage of that. But you'll see down below all of the features that are included with the hosting plans. And you'll see that there's a lot of green check marks on this side, whereas there's a lot of yellow or red X's over here. And so that's why I usually recommend the business plan, because you're getting so much more for literally just an extra $1 a month, which is pretty sweet. So anyways, I'm going to click on add to cart. Now, actually, one thing that I forgot to mention, let me go back. One thing that's really important about the business plan is if you scroll on down under WordPress, you'll see that you have the WordPress AI tools, and you'll notice that you're not going to get that with the premium plan. plan. And in a little bit, what I'm going to do is talk to you guys about how to use the WordPress AI tools to build incredible looking blog posts with AI in minutes. Like you literally just type into a prompt and it's going to do it for you. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I also recommend the business plan. Anyways, I'm going to click on add to cart and then we'll fill out our billing information. The next thing you get to do is choose your period, basically how often you want to make payments. So I'm just going to select 12 months and you're paying for all 12 months up front, but it's going to average out to about $4 per month. So that's pretty nice. Scroll on down and you can fill out your billing information right here. One thing I want to point out is all of the stuff you're getting included with the business plan for free. So you get daily backups of your website, which is really nice just in case something happens to your website. You have a domain name, which is completely for free, which is normally around $10. You get domain privacy protection, which has got to be my favorite part of the business plan. This protects your personal info, like your phone number and email, from telemarketers. Trust me when I say, as a web designer, I am constantly getting blown up by telemarketers and people like that trying to sell me services for websites. So when they have the domain privacy protection, it's a big deal. And then you also get the setup fee completely for free. Okay, so I'm going to fill out my billing information and then I'll see you guys on the next screen when we secure payment checkout. But just make sure that the coupon code right here has been applied for Create a Pro website. That's going to give you an additional amount off of your bill. So see you on the next screen. All right, so after you fill out your billing information, you'll be taken to a screen that looks like this. It's going to ask, do you want to create or migrate a website? And we're obviously creating your first website. So we'll click on next. And then it's going to ask if we want to use WordPress with AI, which is exactly what we want to do. So I'll click on Create with WordPress. It's going to ask you to create a WordPress account. And so this is what you're going to use to log into your website every single time as the admin. So just make sure you remember it. So I'll create my own password. It's already using the same email that I have logged into my Hostinger account. So that's pretty useful. We'll click next. It's going to ask, what type of a website do you guys want to build? And so you'll click on it and we'll see that we have online store, blog, business, portfolio, affiliate marketing, and other. So what we're going to select is blog. And then from here, we can click on next. So next, it's going to ask if we want to start building our blog using pre-built templates or if we want to use just standard themes. So you guys have the option to choose between the two, but I'm just going to skip this step because I'm going to show you how to download templates later on. And then lastly, it says, do you want to download pre-selected plugins for your blog? And so these are just basic plugins that a lot of websites usually install. You can say yes, please, if you like the plugins you're seeing before you. WP Forms is something people use a lot. AIO, so which is all-in-one SEO, which is something that a lot of people use, including me. So that's not a bad one. Monster Insights is pretty good as well. That's basically just analytics for your website from Google Analytics. Anyways, if you guys want any of these plugins, you can just say yes, please, or you can say no, I want to install my plugins manually. And if you click on next, it's going to basically ask if you want to install all these. You can uncheck them. One thing is you want your website to run as fast as possible. And so the least amount of riffraff is the better. And so the less plugins that you have that are just extra, the better. So I'm going to go ahead and just uncheck all of them, which is basically the same thing as clicking skip. As you can see, it's not going to let me hit next. So I guess I should have just clicked on skip. But now it's going to ask, do you want to generate blog content with AI? And it says, do you want to enter in your information and a description right now? We can do this later. You don't necessarily have to do this right now. So I'm going to click on skip because I want to keep things simple. So next is where you get to choose your free domain name that comes with the business hosting plan, if that's what you signed up for. I believe the premium plan also has a free domain name. I'm not entirely sure because I usually recommend the business plan, but you would have to check for yourself. So right here, what we can do is click right here and we can search whatever we want. And you'll see that it's going to give us a bunch of options down below. We can do .in, .me, .fun, .net, .org, all of those things. But personally, I want to go for a .com. So let's try and see if we can choose a website. So I'm going to look up googletopurchase.com because this is obviously a tutorial about Google to purchase. So let's just do this one right here. And then we can click on next. And then you can just confirm your contact information and click on finish registration. Next, you'll be taken to a page that looks like this. And we're just going to click on admin panel right here. And you can see the WordPress logo right here. It'll automatically redirect you to your WordPress dashboard. All right, and so welcome to your WordPress dashboard. This is where you'll be making a lot of changes to the back end of your website. So now that you have your website up and running, we can go over here to the left-hand side and we're gonna add a new plugin, which I'm gonna open up on a new tab. And from here, I'm just gonna search for one called starter templates like this. And then I'm gonna click on install now and then activate on this one right here. And once you click on activate, it should open up for you, but if it doesn't, you can always go to the appearance tab and then click on starter templates right here. From here, it'll ask you if you want to use the AI builder or the classic starter templates. And so we're just going to use classic starter templates. And be sure to go up to the top right corner and switch over to Elementor from the block editor right here, because that's the page builder we're going to be using. So from here, you can come over and search through their blog category by clicking on the word blog right here. And you'll see that you have a ton of different blogs that you're able to scroll through. I'm just going to go ahead and select this one right here as an example for you guys. Once you select a template like this, you'll have the preview on the right-hand side that you can scroll through, which is a full preview of the live website. And then on the left-hand side, you have options to add a site logo right here. So if you have it, you can upload it. You can go over and add a font pair, so you can choose what font category you want for your website. And then you can also change the colors around. So for example, if I want to change everything to green, I can do that, or red, and so on. Once you're done making those changes, you can click on continue, make sure all your boxes are checked except for this one, and then click on submit and build my website. Once you're done, you can click on view your website. From here, you'll see that whenever you go to your domain name, now the template is being displayed, which really isn't a template anymore, it's actually your website. Finally, what we can do is jump back over to our WordPress dashboard and install a couple more plugins that are going to be very helpful when you're trying to create your own blog. So let me show you a few right now. The first one would be Elementor, but that one gets automatically installed, as you can see with the template, which is really nice. So the next one that we'll do is called rankmath. And so rankmath SEO or all-in-one SEO are two great plugins that you guys can install onto your website. Doesn't really matter which one you use, as long as you learn how to use it and make sure that your website is ranked for SEO so that your blog is going to start popping up well on Google. And so you can just install rankmath by clicking on install and then activate like this. Next, we can search for another one, and that would be a table of contents plugin for your blog posts. And you guys can pick which one of these you like the most. I'm just going to install this one right here, Easy Table of Contents, and that way we can have a table of contents inside of our blog posts, which is really nice. Now that we have everything installed, let me show you how to customize your new website. Now, to keep this video short, I'm going to keep this part brief, but if you guys want to see how to fully customize your website, check out our channel for even more in-depth tutorials showing you the full process step by step. In fact, here's a video right here I would recommend you watch if you want more detail. The theme and plugins that we just added make customizing your website incredibly fast and easy. To customize your homepage from the WordPress dashboard, head up here and click on this link to go to your website. And from there, you can just click on Edit with Elementor. All right, so welcome to Elementor. This is how you're going to be making actual physical changes to your website. And I'm going to kind of walk you guys through some basics of how to make changes. First, let's focus on how to change fonts and colors. Now, the first thing that I noticed is colors. I already showed you guys how to do that when we downloaded the template. So I'm assuming that you guys would have already selected the colors for your website that you liked the best. But if you ever want to change the colors on your website again, we'll have to go back to our WordPress dashboard, and we'll go over to the Appearance tab and click on Customize right here. And again, you guys should have already done this when you selected the template, but just in case you want to change it in the future, you'll go to the Global tab right here and then click on Colors. And here is where you can change all of the colors of your whole website. So you'll notice that this blue color right here is right here. If I were to change this to whatever color I wanted, I could make it red, and now the whole website is red, as you can see. I could change it to green, and now everything's green. Can change it to orange, yellow, and now everything's yellow. You get the idea. When you change these colors right here, they're called your global color palette. This is where you're going to make changes to the entire website. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and paste that same color back. So we go back to the blue, and I'll click on Publish in the top left corner to save my work. So I'm going to close out of that tab and go back to Elementor. So that's how you would change all of the color on your entire website with basically one click of a button, or basically one click. Now you can obviously come in here inside of Elementor and make little changes by just changing the color of this one button, for example. But I wouldn't recommend doing that, because then you'll never be able to change all of the colors of your whole website with one click of a button. So that's my recommendation if you want to change color. But if you want to change font inside of Elementor, it's really easy. You literally just click on your screen and you can start typing whatever you want. So we could say that we are Creator Pro website, just like that. And that's how you can change font on your screen. And you can do that anywhere. If I click right here, I can start typing directly on my screen. If I click up here on this little subtitle, I can click here and start typing whatever I want as well. But you'll notice that I can also go over here to the left-hand side. Anytime I click on a widget, it always brings up the content, as you can see, inside of that widget. And so if I click on this one, you'll see that I can literally start typing right here as well. If I click on this one, you'll see that the title card, We Are Create a Pro Website, is the big one. And then the smaller subtext is the description down here. So you'll notice that most of the time, whenever you click on something and you want to change the text, you'll see that the text appears over here on the left as well. So that's if you want to change the font. Now let's just say that you want to actually change these images. It's also really easy. You just click on the image and you'll see that it's right here. And so now you can click on the picture and you can either upload them from your computer by clicking on select files and you can upload them from your computer. Or if you've already uploaded them, you can just change it to a different picture like this. And so now we have a different picture available. If you guys want to change the button right here, the text that it says, you can click on the pink little edit button, or you can just say edit button by right clicking on it. And over here on the left-hand side, there's really only two settings you need to know. And it's the text setting right here, where you can change, instead of read articles, you could say something like learn more. And as you can see, the button changed. And then also you just need to know the link. And so the link is where you would put the URL for where you want this button to take someone. So for example, if I want this button to take someone to an about page, I would literally just go to my about page in my website, copy the URL, and then paste it right here. And then whenever you click on this button, it'll take you to that URL. If you actually want to change the size or the font of your text, you can click on it like this. And remember how we can edit it over here on the left-hand side? Well, you're going to go to the Style tab and you can go over to Content. Now, unfortunately, this is an image box, even though it's got text on it. So that's why you have to go to the Style tab and then click on Content. And then this is where you can change the text color as well as the typography. So if you click on the little pencil icon, anytime you see typography, just know you're going to be able to change the font. So as you can see, if I click on font, I've got Arial, all of my different fonts right here, Times New Roman. And then I can also change the size by dragging this right here. And then I also have the weight, transform, and all of that stuff. If I want to click on this text right here, I can also change the font by going to the Style tab. And this time you'll just see that it's available right off the bat. Click on the pencil and I can change the font, the size, and everything else, as well as the color. So now that you guys know how to make basic changes, if you scroll on down, you'll notice that everything is either a picture or text. And so if you come right here, if you want to change the text right here, you'll notice that again, you can just change the text right here. This is a contact form box. And so you click on the pencil icon and you'll see that it's adding a contact form from your dashboard, which is under WP Forms. And again, I'm trying to keep this video short because it's about Google to purchase and not how to build a website. If you guys want to see a tutorial on how to build a website, again, just click on the video that I have in the description, or you can go check out my channel. And trust me, I go in depth on how to make changes to every single little object on your website, but I'm just showing you how to make simple changes. Again, you can come on down here and you'll notice I can just click and change my text. And then if I want to change the picture in the background, I can just click on this little gray box right here. Under the Style tab, I can change my picture. And that's the same for all four of these. And you guys already know how to edit buttons right here. And then this is the same thing. This is just a bunch of text and a background picture that you can change. Once you guys like how your website looks and you want to save your changes, you can just go down to the bottom left corner right here and click on the update button, and that's going to publish your changes live onto the internet.
Now, be sure to also take a look at all of your other competitors in the same niche, or even any other article sites that inspire you, or just have a really clean website that you can get design ideas from to add to your own website. So the name of the game with Google to Purchase is having some kind of high quality articles on your website for people to find when they use Google. Now, we already have some great search terms and keywords selected from step 1. So now we just need to craft some powerful content using those keywords that mention your products from step 2. So first thing we need to do is create a new post on your website for your first article. So there's 2 ways that I'm going to show you how to do that: WordPress AI tools and also ChatGPT. First, we're going to use WordPress. Now, I do suggest writing these yourself for the best results, especially if it's a topic that you're passionate about. But we have AI now to help us with all of the heavy lifting. So if you feel more comfortable going that route, I'm going to share with you guys some really powerful prompts that you can use to get some killer content that will help you make sales. First, let's actually create a new post on your website.
From your WordPress dashboard, you can go over to the Post tab right here, and you can either click on it or you can just hover over it and click on Add New Post just like this. You're going to be taken into the block editor, and from here, you guys can craft your own blog posts, and by typing your text down here and your title right here. And then whenever you're done, let me go ahead and minimize that. My goodness, that was huge. Look at that. That's from rankmath, by the way. But as soon as you guys are done writing out your blog post, which this is pretty similar to like a Microsoft Word document, once you're done, you can just click on Publish in the top right corner.
Now, this is where you can either choose to write the blog post yourself, or you can go with one of the other 2 methods of AI to write a post for you.
Now, if you didn't choose the business hosting plan from Hostinger, which comes with the WordPress AI feature, that's okay.
I'm going to show you another way that we can do this as well. So while you're creating a new post like this inside of WordPress, we can actually click on the button right here that comes with that business account from Hostinger, which lets us use WordPress AI. And so we can use create a post with AI just like this. It's going to say, do you want to leave this page because you haven't really saved anything, which is perfectly fine. And then from here, you get to create the post with AI. Now, I also wanted to show you from your WordPress dashboard, just really quickly. From your WordPress dashboard, if you go to all posts, the same button is right here, create post with AI. And then you also have add new posts, and that's without AI. So we just click on create post with AI. It's going to take us into the Hostinger plugin. And then as you can see, we have one single prompt, and then it'll generate a post for us. So first we can choose the content type, which is it a page, a landing page, or a post? We're going to choose a post. And then from here, we've got the tone of voice. And so we could do neutral, formal, trustworthy, friendly, and witty. So we might want to go with trustworthy, formal, and neutral. And maybe you don't want to go with neutral. Maybe you want formal, trustworthy, and friendly, or something like that. So that's the three that I'll select, but you've got the tone of voice for the article. And then we can choose if we want it to be short, medium, or long. And you guys can see the little descriptions as to what they all are. Let's go ahead and just try creating a medium post for now, just to show you guys how this works. And then later on, you guys can play around with doing short and long if you want. So anyways, from here, we can go down here and we can say what the content is about. So after writing out something like a content main idea, I'm just saying that I want a blog post comparing Final Cut Pro with Premiere Pro, which are two video editing softwares. Be sure to compare these softwares based on 5 different points and have some supporting points for each. After you guys kind of give the content main idea, which you guys can give more if you want, which it's encouraged to give more, we can go ahead and move on down to this bottom part. And this is a really cool new feature. It is optional, but I would definitely do it. This is where it's going to ask if you want to add any focus keywords for the content, which is obviously aiming towards SEO. So what we're going to do is put in, separated by commas, some focus keywords that we want this content to be about. All right, so after we've added in a couple focus keywords that we want, and obviously we would want these keywords to be focused on the actual keywords that we did research in step 1 and step 2. So you'd want to use your Keyword Surfer plugin right here. You'd want to make sure you use Keyword Surfer to find what the focus keywords should be inside of your content. That way, you're kind of targeting those large audience keywords. But once you kind of enter those in, I just made some up based on the content. We can click on Generate Content right here, and we're ready to go. All right, so now you can see that from our description and everything, we actually have a complete blog post created for us. This is so freaking cool. It even generates an image using AI, so we can choose to set the featured image as a thumbnail, or we could insert this image inside of the content, which I'm gonna go ahead and check both, and we'll see where it actually inserts it. We've got a meta description right here, which you guys can make changes to, but it automatically generates for you. It even includes what keywords it thinks are gonna be important. So it included the ones that I had, and then it also had a couple others in here, which is pretty cool. And then you'll also notice that we have, let's see, at least 5 points, which I told it to do. And it's got some supporting information underneath. It's a comparison between Final Cut Pro and Premiere Pro, which is pretty cool. And it looks like it's only about 720 words. So if I wanted it to be longer, I probably should have selected the long length rather than medium length. But for medium length, that's not bad at all. And it made sure to focus on formal, trustworthy, and friendly tone of voice. So that's pretty cool. You guys can read through the post, obviously, if you want, and then go ahead and make changes to it depending on what you want to add or subtract. And then when you guys are done, you can click on publish. All right, so that's how you guys can create a comprehensive blog post inside of WordPress using the WordPress AI tool. I will say personally that I think the WordPress AI tool is a little bit better. Oh, look at that. It doubled the image. So one is the featured image, and then the other one is the image that I chose to have inside of the content. So I could always just edit the post and delete this image, which I could just show you guys right now. You just edit the post and I would just delete the picture because I guess I forced it to duplicate because we have a featured image over here, and then we also have the image that was inserted. So I can just click on it and say remove. And we'll click on update, and then I can go ahead and refresh this page. And now you'll see there's only one picture. You will also see that there's a table of contents built into my blog post, and I didn't even do that. This is completely automatic, and that's because of that plugin that we installed earlier. It's paying attention to the heading text format, and so it can tell that this is probably like an H2 text, and so it's adding it as individual features here. If I were to change this to H1, I assume, then it would probably change this from like 1 of my list and making 6 instead of 5. It would probably say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would be like a heading text. But it does automatically pull your table table of contents, which is pretty cool. And that's why I wanted you guys to have that plugin. But so anyways, I wanted to say that I think my personal preference is the WordPress AI generator because it's actually comprehensive. It creates all of my subtitles for me. It gives me an image that's either generated or downloaded from the internet. And then on top of that, it takes care of your metadata. It takes care of everything that you need. Unlike ChatGPT, which is just text-based. So all it's going to do is just generate the text that I put into the document. It's not going to give me the metadata. It's not going to focus on keywords. It's not going to generate images for me. So you guys get the feel. But that's how you generate it with WordPress. And so now we're going to talk about ChatGPT.
And then here's the second option, which is using ChatGPT. Okay, so let's jump back into ChatGPT, and we're going to take our top 3 search terms that we determined will get the most searches each month, and let's pick one of these topics to write an article about. So let's come up with a niche clickable title for our article. Create 10 CTR titles that grab attention and solve a problem around the following search term, and then paste your title right there. After we have our title, let's get an attention-grabbing introduction written for this article. So try entering this prompt next. Write a highly engaging and curiosity-invoking introduction to an article. Use a friendly and conversational tone that includes a strong opening hook, introduces the problem, handles objections, opens loops, and gives a brief summary of the value of the blog for this reader, each in its own short paragraph. And then paste your title right here. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. The next thing we need to do is just create the meat of this article and make sure that it includes our products with some call to actions that lead people from those products to the website in a natural way. And I've got another great prompt for you just like that. Write a conversational and informative article about the following products using the provided introduction and title. Make the blog post 2,000 plus words and make sure to mention product suggestions where appropriate with CTA that can include affiliate links. Include a short disclaimer at the very end of the article. Now, once you have finished writing your article or whipping one up in ChatGPT, now we just need to post this thing.
So from ChatGPT, we can take the article that we just created and we can highlight the whole thing and copy it. And now we're going to come over here to posts. And as you can see, when I view all of my posts on my website, here's the one that we just created using WordPress AI. So now instead of creating with AI, we're just going to add a new post. And this is where we have to paste everything in. So let's just hit Control or Command V. And let's go ahead and take our title, Command X, and we'll put it up here in the title, Control or Command V. All right, so here's my title. I can go ahead and remove this little block right here. So I have my little intro, and then I have all of my sections down below. And then at the very bottom, we have a disclaimer. And so now that we've went ahead and pasted our article, we can do 2 things. We can take care of metadata, and we can also add images that are like stock photos or something like that. We also might want to add some actual heading text as well. So like this is a paragraph text. And so this is like the intro. So then we would come down here. So you're in the market for adding something. You guys could come in here, and if you wanted to, you could add a new text section right above this or something like that. And then you could add in your own titles. But let's go ahead and find some stock images. We can go to a website called unsplash.com. And this is where you can find free images that you can use for your website. And since this is a post about Adobe Premiere Pro, we could go ahead and search for like video editing or Adobe Premiere Pro. And let's just see what we find. So it looks like these are pictures of people using Adobe Premiere Pro, which is kind of cool. We could probably take like this picture right here. All right, and now that we've downloaded it, we can come back to our post and we could add it as like a featured image for our post. So we can go over here to the post tab right here and I can add my featured image, which I have to upload from my computer. And so I go to downloads and here it is. And I would set the featured image. And so now I have a featured image. So if I were to click on, let's see, is it publish or I think it's right here, it's view, right? Well, if there isn't a preview button, what we can do is just click on publish really fast and publish our work. And now I can click on view post right here. And so just to show you guys, the image that we just added to our blog post is going to pop up as the featured image when you're reading the article, which is pretty cool. And then also I'm going to use the same picture, but if you wanted to, you could also add images into your blog post by just coming over here and you can drag an image in. And let's just say like right here, I wanted to start a new title. I can go ahead and use a picture. Let's just use this one instead. And then if you want, you guys can shrink it up a little bit and just have a picture displayed in your blog post. So that's pretty simple. You also want to add some titles. So similar to my other blog post that we created using AI, let's go to my posts here and I'll view this one. you'll see that every time there's a new section, there's like this title text right here. So features and tools, user interface, performance and speed, and so on. If you go to any professional blog, they're always going to break up all of their paragraphs so it doesn't just look unreadable like this. And so what you would want to do is go ahead and add in some titles here. So we could say that this one is saying, let's talk features. So let's go ahead and add a title text right above this, like a heading text. And we could say, features of Premiere Pro. Right? And we could scroll on down just a little bit more. And then this one says that it's pricing. So we can go ahead and add our own title text down here as well. So we can add a heading right above it, Adobe pricing. Right? And then you guys get the idea. So we've got our intro text right here. We've got some titles. We've got some pictures. This is obviously far from a blog post, but I wanted to show you guys, this is a way of going the semi-free route of using ChatGPT to create your own blog posts, which takes a little bit more time, as opposed to paying that extra $1 a month more for your web hosting to get the business account. And then you have WordPress AI, which generates perfectly formatted or laid out blog posts for you right off the bat, which is so much easier rather than having to go in here and do all of this yourself, as you can see. The only thing that ChatGPT does for you is use text, or it just generates the content for you, the text content. So again, my personal recommendation would be to use the WordPress AI, but it is a viable option to use ChatGPT if you're not going to use, or if you're not going to pay for the business plan. All right, so the last thing I want to show you guys is how to add tags, or those keywords that we had that AI, the WordPress AI, did automatically for us when we created this post. Those are the same thing as tags right over here. So all you would have to do is go over to the tags tab right here, and you guys could add in those keywords that we got from our keyword surfer results to find out which ones are actually ranking very well. So once we get those keywords, you would want to make sure that you add them right here for SEO purposes so that Google can pick up on the tags and it understands that this is relevant. So this is where you can add those tags like Premiere Pro or video editing, and so on. And you would take those keywords and put them in right here. Once you guys are done making those changes to your blog post, which obviously this one is incomplete, but you would want to add all of the features that I was talking about, you want to come over here to the top right corner and click on publish whenever you're done, which obviously I did earlier just to show you guys what it looked like. But you would click on publish right here and your blog post would be live.
Now that you guys know how to post your own blog post to your website, let me show you guys what it looks like on our website right here. Here's an article on our website that talks about how to use Elementor and WordPress in 2024. You'll notice that we've broken up the article into multiple sections, and there's different heading texts, and we've also used images and affiliate links throughout the entire post. This is what a premium blog post or article should look like when you guys are finished. Now, you might be asking yourself, how many posts do I have to generate until I start seeing sales on my website? And this is a question that I get very often, and I thought I would just address it for you guys right away. It all depends on how much traffic your website gets. The faster you can get eyeballs onto your content, the faster you're going to make sales. So here are 3 quick tips to use to increase the amount of visitors to your website. SEO ranking. Include the best possible keywords and infuse them into your content titles and metadata on your website. This is going to give you the best chances of ranking high on Google over time. Pinterest. Make simple pins using Canva to help share your articles with more people. Pinterest can really drive a lot of new traffic to your website, which can in turn make more customers for your affiliate products. Medium. This is another place that you can upload written content and get even more readers to find content and potentially click on your links. Now, Medium can be pretty strict about the use of AI content. So if you did use AI to help write your content, one tip that I would highly recommend is using an AI detector tool like Undetectable AI, just to make sure that you don't get flagged for anything when you're trying to post to Medium. This is going to make sure that your articles can get the most amount of traffic from Medium without getting flagged for any issues. But of course, you want to do this at your own discretion. That's all the tools that you need to get started and to crush this side hustle like a pro right out of the gate. Now go make your website and start creating some content so you can start earning yourself some of that money from Google. And if you haven't built your website yet, and if you want to see me build this one for you step by step, check out this website right here where I walk you through building your own WordPress website start to finish in great detail. I'll see you guys in the next video.